Each year, over 1 million people are killed on roadways. And today, we're counting down the 10 most dangerous roads in the world. Number 10. The Drowned Road, Passage du Gois, France. This treacherous 4.5-kilometer road floods twice a day. It connects the mainland of France to the island of Normandy. The residents of this island use the road to commute to work, which is difficult considering the French road disappears under nearly 4 meters of water multiple times per day. This adds a whole new meaning to running late for work, as cars get swept off the road when it starts to flood, making this one of the most dangerous daily commutes in the world. Every year, people become trapped by quickly rising tides, destroying cars and occasionally leading to deaths. After the water recedes, the road is covered in seaweed and requires workers to broom off the entire roadway twice a day. If this road doesn't surprise you, stay tuned. The next 9 are way more treacherous. Number 9. The Loneliest Road on Earth, Dalton Highway, Alaska. This highway is the most isolated road in the United States. A 66-kilometer stretch of gravel, dirt, and ice. This highway has enormous potholes and often gets reduced to zero visibility due to extreme Arctic weather. Avalanches are common. Because the road is normally covered in a layer of slippery, hard-packed snow, trying to avoid oncoming trucks can lead to losing tire traction and control of your vehicle. This has resulted in over 10,000 crashes since the road's construction. Nearly 2/3 of the road has no service or gas stations. Survival supplies are highly recommended to any driver brave enough to take this lonely journey. Getting stranded without supplies often leads to death. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline runs parallel to most of the road's length and is the main reason the highway was constructed. This road is almost exclusively used for supplying the oil town of Deadhorse. It reaches into the Arctic Circle, and temperatures can drop to -62 degrees Celsius. Due to all these factors, numerous deaths occur every year, making this not only the loneliest, but also arguably the most dangerous road in America. The 8th most dangerous road in the world is called Friendship Highway in Karakoram, Pakistan. This highway opened to the public in 1978. After taking around 1,000 lives and nearly 20 years to build. Friendship Highway connects Pakistan to China and is the highest border crossing in the world. It passes through the Himalayas, and the road reaches almost 4,700 meters in elevation and is one of the highest paved roads in the world. Lots of trade is facilitated by the route, as it is part of the $46 billion China-Pakistan economic corridor. Because of this, massive investments from China and Pakistan are consistently improving the highway. This has greatly increased the quality of life for those who live along the mountain passage. This road is one of the most dangerous, not only because of the 1,000 lives lost during its construction, but because, like all mountain roads, it is often affected by deadly rock slides, floods, and earthquakes. A landslide in 2010 killed 20 people and displaced thousands of others. It also created the beautiful Blue Lake Adabad. A warning to all the viewers, from here on, the roads become unbelievably deadly. Number 7. Road of Corpses, Rohtang Pass, India. This pass, also through the Himalayas, rises nearly 4,000 meters above sea level and amasses large amounts of snow every year. Deadly avalanches kill travelers each year and bury their bodies. When the pass opens, crews must rediscover the road under layers of snow using GPS. Dead bodies are often uncovered with the road, giving it the name Rohtang, which means ground of corpses. It connects an isolated valley to the rest of India. While open, steep drops with no barriers, rock falls, winding bends, and traffic jams all create a recipe for disaster. The road is so dangerous and has such military importance that the Indian government is digging a new 8.8-kilometer tunnel under the mountains to replace this route and give landlocked Lahal Valley access to the rest of India year-round. Number 6. Knife's Edge, Killar to Pangi Road, India. This road, like many of the most dangerous roads in the world, was constructed hundreds of years ago by local villagers. Since its original construction, almost nothing has been done to improve its safety. The unpaved road runs through the mountainous Kishtwar region in northern India, and many parts feature unguarded drops of up to 2,500 meters. Many forums on the internet claim that Killar to Pangi is the most most deadly road in the world. The BBC has reported that the road is so narrow that when encountering a vehicle headed in the opposite direction, travelers must often reverse hundreds of meters before finding a section of road wide enough to pass. The Bright Mile blog has reported hundreds of deaths on this road caused by poor visibility and mudslides, both of which can cause cars to veer off the road and free fall for over 1,000 meters to the passengers' tragic deaths. Due to local weather conditions, this road is completely undrivable for 10 months out of the year, but even the 2 months it's open hardly feature drivable conditions. You've made it to the 5 deadliest roads in the world. The fatalities on these will blow your mind. Number 5. Death Drop Road, Bayburt D915, Türkiye. Built by Slavic soldiers in 1916 during a Russian campaign into the region, D915 is a mostly unpaved 106-kilometer road so difficult to traverse that only the insane, those with a death wish, or those paved to drive it should attempt to. With 38 insane hairpin turns and 17-degree gradients over jagged terrain, there's no wonder this road is often referred to as the most challenging drive in the world. According to dangerousroads.org, the steep parts are simply terrible. When descending down the cliffs, the road is often so narrow that you can't make many of the turns the first time, and the road slants so sharply that it often causes drivers to feel like the world around them is spinning. The highest point of the road reaches almost 2,000 meters in elevation, meaning any mistake on this road, which has no guardrails, can leave you lifeless at the bottom of the mountain. The government of Türkiye is forced to close the road in winter due to blizzards, but even when the road is open, rock slides, rain, loose gravel, and fog lead to unavoidable danger. Over the past 6 years, 39,271 people have died traversing Türkiye state roads like D915. Number 4. Roof of the World, Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. This road, constructed in the 1950s, travels over 4,500 kilometers and connects the eastern city of Chengdu with the western Chinese city of Lhasa in Tibet. This road has so many dangers that despite Google Maps claiming it can be driven in just 42 hours, in reality, driving it can take up to as many as 15 days. That is, if you're able to complete the drive at all. Despite this, the road's beauty cannot be overstated. Due to the elevation changes, travelers can enjoy magnificent transitioning scenery ranging from warm spring to cold, snowy winter. The climate intoxicatingly transforms in front of the driver's eyes as the road meanders over 14 different high mountains. Due to the highway's elevation, drivers can feel shortness of breath and a feeling of air hunger and confusion from scarce oxygen, the air containing as little as 50% of the normal oxygen found at sea level. The highway is also not paved over many of its sections, and is infamous for bad driving surfaces and deadly mountainside hairpin turns. One section makes 99 distressing switchbacks in a row along a 38-kilometer stretch as it drops nearly 1,200 meters down the mountainside. In 2011, a bus veered off the road, plunged into a deep ravine, and killed all 16 of its passengers. One of the most dangerous times to drive this road is the rainy season, when many sections become mud traps. This often leads to 1,000+ car jams that stretch for miles. Not good when sections of the highway experience regular landslides. Despite this, the most dangerous aspect of this road will surprise you. Hostilities among trapped, bored, and fatigued drivers marooned for up to weeks often rise, leading to continuous fighting, harassment, theft, and even kidnappings for money. The Chinese army protects certain passes along the highway 24 hours a day. While potentially not causal, the number of road deaths in China per 100,000 people has more than doubled since this highway was completed. Around 7,500 fatalities occur on this treacherous road every year. The third most deadly road in the world is named Killar Highway, Commonwealth Avenue in Quezon City, Philippines. While this highway has a similar death rate of the last road, Roof of the World in Tibet, the reasons for this road's dangers couldn't be more different. Commonwealth Avenue is a massive 18-lane paved highway that travels through the middle of Quezon City. Its length, just 12 kilometers. Fatalities are common for a myriad of reasons, including, but not limited to, awful regulations and enforcement of traffic laws, a faulty construction design that didn't account for drainage needs, leading to the road perpetually flooding, and buses constantly stopping at random and inappropriate locations to pick up passengers, all leading to countless crashes and traffic jams. The highway is also widely walked by pedestrians despite it being illegal, and despite numerous pedestrian deaths each year. Cyclists and motorbikes also add to the chaos. Lack of traffic enforcement means speeding is common, making this one of the most crash-prone highways in the world, and giving Commonwealth Avenue its nickname, Killer Highway. While fatalities aren't always reported, the best guess is that around 7,500 people die on this short 12-kilometer road every year. Number 2. War Trail, Zoji Pass, India. This famously dangerous pass in the region of Ladakh was the site of the Indo-Pakistan War of 1947. Zoji Pass is infamous for being nothing more than a one-lane, crumbling, unpaved dirt trail hardly worthy of being called a road that hugs some of the tallest mountains in the world. Imminent death waits for all who show up unprepared. This doesn't mean it doesn't see heavy traffic. Full of hairpin turns and beautiful views, Zoji Pass is the second highest pass in the Himalayas. It is situated at an elevation of 11,500 meters above sea level and has connected the Valley of Kashmir to Indus Valley for hundreds of years. The trail is 26 kilometers long and is dangerously narrow with sheer drop-offs and no guardrails. It's often closed due to mud, ice, snow, and high winds that make it a perilous venture. Recently, 9 commuters were killed traversing Zoji Pass after skidding off the road and falling 122 meters through the pitch-black night to their deaths. When snow strikes unexpectedly, as many as 500 people at once have been stranded on Zoji Pass. Deaths are so common when trying to traverse this trail that Asia's longest bidirectional high-elevation tunnel is currently being constructed to replace the pass and give year-round access to Ladakh. The government hopes the new tunnel will be completed and start saving lives by 2026. Replacing this old trail will not be easy and has already been a decade-long endeavor. The first company attempting to create the tunnel went bankrupt after being awarded the contract to build the replacement road in 2012. Before we cover the number 1 most dangerous road in the world, remember to drop a big thumbs up if you're enjoying this list. And if you want to see more amazing top 10 lists like this one, remember to hit subscribe. The number 1 most dangerous road in the world is called Death Road in North Yungas, Bolivia. Widely viewed as the deadliest road in the world, for many people in Bolivia, the North Yungas Road was until recently the only road connecting their isolated communities to the capital, La Paz. This two-way road is only 3 meters wide, a massive problem considering the average width of a car is 1.8 meters wide. Rainy conditions and fog make the unpaved road surfaces slippery and keep visibility low. Frequent drivers of the road report that they say a prayer before every drive because they know it could easily be their last. Hundreds of people die every year making the journey, a number that used to be much higher before an alternate highway was finished in 2006 to direct the majority of traffic, especially buses and trucks, away from this human-created death trap. The thin North Yungas Road climbs jungle-clad mountains to a height of 4,650 meters, winding and turning above nauseatingly deep canyons below. Parts of the drive feature unrailed vertical drops of up to 1,000 meters. On a death per mile ratio, for every 1 mile of the road's length, 26 vehicles plummet over the edge each year. In one incident, an overpacked bus veered off the Yungas road into the canyon hundreds of meters below, killing every one of its more than 100 passengers. This is widely believed to be Bolivia's worst road accident in its history. Thankfully, the new alternative route features modern construction, multiple lanes, bridges, paved roads, water drainage, and guardrails, all of which greatly improve safety. But for those thrill seekers with a death wish, the original North Yungas Road is still drivable today. Speaking of unnecessary risk, make sure to check out our countdown of the 10 deadliest roller coasters in history. Unlike many of these roads, which are driven out of necessity, every death on the 10 most dangerous roller coasters was entirely unnecessary. This has been Jake's Top 10. Subscribe and click the notification bell for more mind-expanding Top 10 videos.